Hiya, welcome to part 2. So you should be up to this part so far with the Bray Wyatt doll. Now we're going to make his arms. So we're going to cast on the same way as we did for the body. So you're going to make a slipknot, attach that to the side peg, and then we're going to cast on 10 instead of 12 this time though. So we'll go in and out of 10 pegs. So you go in and out each one, and then bring the yarn back over all of them, and then every yarn with every peg with 2 bits of yarn on, you want to grab the bottom part and pull it over the top of the peg and off the peg. So this one's got 2, so I'm going to grab the bottom one and pull it over the peg. So this is the drawstring cast on again, and then we're going to go with doing the rows exactly the same way as we did before. So wrap it around a peg, grab the bottom bit of yarn and pull it over and off the peg, wrap it around the next one, and we're going to do this 6 times. And you want a skin coloured yarn as well. Sorry, this looks pretty white on screen again, like the face, but you want a matching one, unless you want him to wear gloves, in which case you need black. So once you've done 6 rows of that, you want to change to red or whatever colour you did the jumper, because this is going to be the sleeves. So again, we'll tie this on as close to the peg as possible and start using the red, which is going to be 9 rows you're going to do for the red or the jumper colour. So once we've done that, we're going to cast off. So you're going to need to cut off a tail length of the yarn longer than the 10 pegs. And just like the last cast off, we are going to put the tail part underneath the yarn this time, rather than going over it. And then we're going to pull that through out the top. Then it's going to go underneath the next peg, and then again pull that yarn up and through that one, and we're going to do this all the way along, and this will create the drawstring effect. So once you've done a few, you can start unhooking them from the pegs, though because there's only 10 you can actually just go right to the end and unhook them all afterwards, and it won't really make much difference. So to unhook them, you just grab them with your hook and just lift them off the pegs. So I've done half of them there, and then I'm going to carry on doing the other half. And you're going to need 2 of these, because obviously he's got 2 arms. So once that's all pulled off, you pull it tightly, and it closes up the arm. And with this tail, you want to put a needle on it, do a knot at the top to keep that closed, and then a stitch down the side of the red to close up the arm. And then we're going to stuff it. You don't need a lot of stuffing with this, so only a little bit will do. And then you pull the tail from the starting thread, and that will close that up. And again, you can use that tail to tie a knot and sew up the side. And again, apologies if you can hear my neighbours banging. You're going to hear that a lot lately, I think, because they're just so noisy lately, and I apologise for that. So again, like with the feet, I'm going to sew in and out of every other stitch around the hand, and then pull that tightly, not super tight, but tight enough just to create like more of a hand so it's not just a blob sitting at the end of his arm. Give some definition to his hand. Then next we are just going to sew these on to the side of the body. So you want some yarn that matches the jumper. So I'm going to tie this onto the arm first, just with a couple of knots. And then just with a simple stitch, I'm just going to sew this onto the arm. So if you want the arms to move about, you just want to sew it like at the top of the arm. If you want them to be permanently down the side, you want to sew like a bit further down the arm as well to hold it in place. So I'm just doing a really simple stitch, just go through the body, out of the body, into the arm, out of the arm, then back into the body. And then you're just going to tie that off and hide the threads in the body and then cut off any excess. To do his face, I'm just going to embroider his face. So I'm going to take some black yarn just to make some like little eyes. So I'm just going to tie a knot in this. Now I'm basically going to use the yarn like colouring and just doing small stitches and filling in like any gaps. So I'm going to try and stitch like a round circle, just using simple stitches, just going backwards and forwards to try and make a circle for each of his eyes. And then it's the same with his like beard and mouth. So yeah, I just changed to a brown thread and literally just went back and forth making the beard shape and things. So this bit can take a while and is a bit fiddly, and I'm no way a professional embroiderer, so I haven't done any like specialist stitches or anything. I've literally just gone backwards and forwards doing some larger stitches, some smaller stitches. So to do the hair, I just cut off some lengths of brown yarn. I think these are about 7 inches. So I fold it in half and I'm going to attach the yarn to the head. So there's a couple ways of doing this. You can either put the crochet hook, which I found easier to use than the normal hook that came with the thing, through the hoop, wrap the yarn around and pull it through, and then that's attached. And then you want to do this a few times on his head. The easiest way though is to put the crochet hook through a stitch first and then grab the yarn and then put the yarn through the hoop that's created and then pull it. That one is a lot easier. So you want to do this. You don't need a lot of this because we're going to tie his hair up into his bun. So I pretty much was lazy and I just done like a circle of his hair. So I just like went around the top of his head. Do you know where that hairline would be? And just done those. And that gave him enough hair to actually make it look like he's got a full head of hair. So as you can see here, he's got a bald patch, but you're not going to see that. See, he's got enough hair to swish about, but we're going to actually put up in his man bun. Not a fan of a man bun, but that's what he wears, so that's what this doll is going to get. So I'm just going to get another piece of yarn matching the hair, and basically we're going to start off with a ponytail. So I'm going to lay him down. I can't believe this went off camera. And I'm just basically going to tie a knot around. Then I'm going to twist his hair, fold it in half, get the yarn that I tied onto it, wrap that around a couple of times so the hair stays in place, and then I'm going to tie a knot in that again. And then he's got his little man bun. I don't know how man buns are really made because I'm not a man and I don't wear my hair like that. But this is how I made his hair. And then I just gave him a little trim so it was a bit neater. Shouldn't have used these scissors though, but I did. And then he's done. His hair's all nice and neat, and he's ready to be in the Firefly Funhouse. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you made one. So it's quite simple, and see you in hell. Bye! Thanks for watching.